F1 Manager 20 for the last quarter, the last part of season number 3, 2026. We're going 21st or above with both drivers in Qatar.
For the Qatar Grand Prix. Lusail International Circuit is a speed demon, fast and flowing with a long main straight, one that's sure to see plenty of overtaking action. Success elsewhere in the pack means that we've got a team principal who's feeling the strain, and if they don't deliver, the board will be starting to ask questions. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula One.
In qualifying, we get P22 and P21, but that's sprint qualifying, so it is a sprint race weekend here at Qatar. And I am Iwasa and Perez P3, P5. That's going to be good for them. And Perez gets P3, Iwasa gets P6 in the sprint race. No idea where we got, but we get 21st and 22nd in main qualifying, and Iwasa's fastest in Q1, and he gets P3 and P6 for Haas. We get P20 and P21. Was it P20 and P21? No, P21, P22. But let's have higher hopes and bigger ambitions for race day.
Here on the outskirts of Doha, the teams are preparing for the 57 laps of this evening's race.
Formula One first came to Qatar in 2021. Lewis Hamilton managed to pick up the victory, and in doing so claimed Lusail as his 30th different Grand Prix winning circuit.
As a desert track, Lusail is dusty and challenging. Grip levels are crucial and can change throughout a race weekend or even during a single session. The unique layout demands the highest possible downforce despite being a relatively open track. Well, there's nothing quite like it. Welcome along to race day. The Red Bull team are going to be celebrating tonight, I bet. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Constructors' Champions.
And what a truly dominant display we've seen this season. I don't think it was ever in doubt.
Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
So then, our time in Lusail is now up.
Next time, the teams will be racing through the streets of another city. Join us in Baku on the shores of the Caspian Sea for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
So the race results for Qatar are Verstappen, Norris, Iwasa. Our new incoming driver, Oscar Piastri, P6. We get P20 and P21, which is exactly what we need for target, and that's all we can do for the remainder of the season. Just make the target. Just do the minimum of what we have to. But let's hope we got some points in the pit stop championship, which we did. We got 4 points with a 2-second stop, and we are still 7th, but we're closing in on Haas slightly. And yeah, those are some good stops, and we get the amount of money, and we go for 21st or above with both cars in Baku.
From Azerbaijan, where we're back in the country's capital. The spectacular Baku City Circuit will take drivers right through the city streets, from the narrow roads of the old town to the wide highway alongside the Caspian Sea, where cars will be fighting wheel to wheel this weekend. It's proved to be a tough run of form of late for the team and for their team principal, who'll be all too aware of the board's dwindling confidence. Let's see then how the weekend unfolds.
And into qualifying one, we are going to simulate the session. We've simulated every session this season. We get P22 and P21 as to be expected. And Haas, our former team, get P3 and P4. Nice. What can we get on race day?
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action.
Baku has been the scene for some major on-track battles, like Vettel and Hamilton fighting for the lead back in 2017. Will we see more drama this year, I wonder?
Drivers will be battling it out on the streets of the Baku City Circuit, a real contradiction of a track. From the long main straight, where the less drag the better, to the tight turns where downforce is a necessity. Teams are going to have to work hard to get that balance right. The teams are making their final preparations down in the pit lane, ahead of today's race. And among the drivers returning now is Charles Leclerc.
Just out of the points today with a P12 finish in the end.
Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
It was a strangely mixed weekend for them. We saw one driver put in a strong performance, but it was a different story for the other. Definitely positives there though.
Well, everybody, that's all from us here in Baku.
Meet us next at the Marina Bay Circuit for a breathtaking race through the streets of Singapore.
So where did we get then in the race? Iwasa gets P3. Perez had a stinker, not even in the top 10. Oh god. We got P18 and P20. That's a good result. Perez had an awful race. But yeah, we achieved our target again. That's all we can really do. I can't. Sorry if you can hear the noise outside. We've put everything into next season. So yeah, this is, just getting target is all we can do. We get first and second in the pit stop championship because we're the only team to do a pit stop, which puts us 6th place, 1 point above Haas. And here we are doing some rear wing research for next season. As you can see, we're putting a lot into next season, and only now are we starting to reap the rewards financially, because we're getting more money in because the team back us a little bit more. But for Singapore, we're going to go for 21st or higher with both drivers.
In the Republic of Singapore, the Marina Bay Street Circuit is lit up and ready for action, looking like some sort of scene from a science fiction movie. But the competition is real, and nothing else can deliver quite like Formula One. Not many would envy the job of a team principal in a situation like this. A strong result is imperative here to win back the confidence of the board. There's nothing like a race weekend in Formula One.
Qualifying then, what can we get? We get P22 and P21. Perez and Albon have penalties, and does Zhou Guan use either power unit components or engine penalties in practice. What can we do on race day?
It's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race.
The walls around Singapore force the cars close together, and even the best can waver in the tight spaces. Back in 2011, we saw Lewis Hamilton clip Felipe Massa as the two battled it out. There were certainly some words exchanged after that one, as I'm sure you recall.
The bumpy street surfaces here make this a challenging circuit for the drivers, and the humidity causes them to lose as much as 3 kilos over the course of a race. But it's also tough on the cars, with 23 corners to tackle each and every lap. Good low-speed downforce will make all the difference here. Race day has arrived, and the time has almost come for these drivers to fight it out, wheel to wheel. And that's another race done for Fernando Alonso.
A 14th place finish today, no points and lots to think about.
And with that, the Sainz name remains engraved in F1 history.
It almost feels like it doesn't need saying after a 7th win, but another stunning performance today.
And you've got to think that Singapore will be buzzing now for many hours to come. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And a big thanks to you all for joining us this weekend here in Singapore.
Join us for the next round as we head to Shanghai for all the excitement of the Chinese Grand Prix.
Right, race results. It is Carlos Sainz, Max Verstappen and Théo Pourchaire on the podium. Neither Haas car in the top 10. We get P20 and P22, so Stroll made target but Lawson didn't. I know we have the worst car and everyone finished, but that is not what we need. And Kevin Magnussen overtakes Lance Stroll in the Drivers' Championship. And we get P6 in the Pit Stop Championship and further strengthen our lead. And we get research complete on the front wing. And we're going to research, I reckon, underfloor or a chassis I'll go for. Do I go? Yes, we go for a chassis. Oh, I didn't actually see that, but I think I put a thing on it. Yeah, did I see it? There we go. Or do I put them all on there? What do I do? I put them all on there. Nice. Okay. And that might just be a controller problem. Happens a lot on F1 Manager. You press one button and it presses another. And there's 4 engineers available, so that will be complete in 26 days. And here's me doing the pit stop training schedule. What you want really is gym training, because gym training is what makes the pit stops quicker, whereas pit stop drill reduces the chance of mistakes. So gym training and pit stop drill. Don't worry about car building. So if you have to replace your car parts, your race is probably over anyway. We get side pod research, and we I think we're going to have to approve that 60k. Ouch, big ouchies. And Josh Beckett is 88 rated, our new engineer, and Liam Lawson is 82 rated, and we're going to go for 21st or above with both cars in China.
Chinese Grand Prix. A visit to Shanghai International Circuit can only mean it's time for the Chinese Grand Prix. This state-of-the-art track combines high G-force corners with one of the longest straights on the calendar, and with space for up to 200,000 spectators, not a minute of action will be missed. Not many would envy the job of a team principal in a situation like this. A strong result is imperative here to win back the confidence of the board. Let's get on with the weekend.
Right, in Shanghai, simulating Q1, both our drivers are eliminated in P22 and P21. This is not a sprint race weekend like in real life, but George Russell in the drop zone, that's not what you want to see. George, what's wrong, mate? And Haas get P5 and P7. Let's head into race day and hopefully, maybe, score some points. No, I'm only kidding.
The 56 laps of the Shanghai International Circuit await our drivers here in China.
Shanghai has seen its fair share of clashes over the years, one of which happened even before the 2005 race had begun, when Michael Schumacher collided with Christian Albers on the way to the grid, sending Albers into the air.
Shanghai International Circuit is a complicated low-speed track that demands high downforce. The series of rapid turns from 1 to 4 demands high grip, but the more the drivers warm their tyres, the more degradation they'll have to deal with. Welcome to race day, and before we get down to it, last-minute checks are being made. Now, wasn't that a seriously good drive from Carlos Sainz?
Definitely a well-deserved podium. You've got to say their race strategy was very good indeed.
Well, they've been waiting for this, haven't they? And it's only right that they make the most of it. And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievement.
That's their 9th win of the season. I expect them to be showered with plaudits and more.
And that's the podium complete for the Chinese Grand Prix. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
It was a strangely mixed weekend for them. We saw one driver put in a strong performance, but it was a different story for the other. Definitely positives there though. Formula One has almost reached its conclusion this year. Meet us next time in Abu Dhabi, between the desert and the sea, for an enthralling finale.
And that is race day concluded here at Shanghai with Max P1, Sainz P2, Oscar P3. We get P18 and P21, which is exactly what we needed for our season targets. Lawson is the only driver without a point. We get second in the pit stop championship. That is amazing. We now jump Alpine and up to 5th place. Those are some big bucks we're earning at the end of this season from the pit stop championship. We get 2.1 million from engagement and nothing from mandatory activities. We're going to do a bit of research on the side pods because research for the side pods was complete for the race weekend, I do believe. And we're going to decide the new sponsor plan. I'm not going to try and piss off any of our drivers. It's normally facilitatively effectiveness and the affiliates that we try and upset, because I don't really want to take the focus off my main drivers if I can help it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the penultimate round of the season, we're going 21st or above, both drivers. What can we get out of the second to last race in season 3?
Was completed in 2009, and we've seen a fair share of celebration and commiseration over the years since then. The scenery may be spectacular, but this weekend, all eyes will be on the track.
Don't forget, the schedule this weekend sees the drivers take to the track for an all-out sprint race. A good opportunity to clinch some crucial championship points.
Stay right here, because we're just getting started.
It's P22 and P21 in sprint qualifying 1. In sprint qualifying 3, Verstappen takes pole from Iwasa, Norris and Perez. What can we get in the sprint race? Let's find out. The sprint race is completed. It's Norris from Ocon from Sainz, Iwasa and Perez P4 and P8. We get P20 and P21, exactly what we need for target. And in Q1 we get P22 and P21. Bring on race day for some much needed results and some much needed money. And Iwasa got P3, Perez got P5 after Ocon's penalty.
Only 58 laps stand between the drivers and the checkered flag as they prepare to duel it out under the lights here in Abu Dhabi.
Yas Marina has played host to a fair few title-deciding races, such as 2016 when Lewis Hamilton secured the top podium spot, only for Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg to claim second and secure his maiden World Championship.
Reprofiled in 2021 to improve overtaking, Yas Marina is a high downforce circuit where DRS is highly effective. Racing under floodlights, the track cools during the Grand Prix to help with brake and tyre wear. Tension continues to build here as race day begins. Max Verstappen has done it. He's sealed this year's driver's title.
What a glorious moment for them, sealing their 4th F1 title.
Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
And that victory takes them into double figures for the year, an incredible 10th win of the season.
Hard to believe that's another one over. The season's ended, the party's just beginning, here in Abu Dhabi. Taking a look back on the season, Karun, just how will the team be feeling, do you think?
I'm guessing they'll be pretty devastated. Things just haven't gone right for them this year and they've missed the mark. There are going to be some serious discussions over the winter, I can imagine.
And that then concludes our time here in Abu Dhabi.
For the next round, Formula One won't be straying too far. We'll be heading to the dunes of Zandvoort and the lightning speed of the Dutch Grand Prix.
So Max Verstappen wins the race from Ocon and Carlos Sainz, who made 18 positions. And we got 18th and 19th, which is exactly what we needed. And we got some points in the pit stop championship, which is exactly what we need to strengthen our lead over Alpine as we head into the final race of the season. We got some 2026 research complete for the rear wing, and I think we're going to do some more research possibly for the front or the rear wings. We got the money for it, but maybe we should save some for the team's bank account and all that. No, we're going to do chassis research, which is one of the cheaper research. We're going to do the pit stop training schedule when there's only one race this month, and that's in Zandvoort. So we're just giving them rest wherever we can, just because, well, they won't be used till next season, will they? These pit crew, they won't be used till like February, March-ish. I'd rather have the season end in December than start in February, by the way. What's your opinions on that? But we're going to go with 21st or above with both drivers for the season finale at Zandvoort.
Not many would envy the job of a team principal in a situation like this. A strong result is imperative here to win back the confidence of the board. The weekend begins here.
It's P21 and P22 for our final qualifying of the season. That basically sums it up. Iwasa gets P3 and Perez was knocked out in Q2.
It's a tremendous atmosphere once again here in Zandvoort, with 72 laps awaiting the drivers here today.
Zandvoort's highly banked corners make it one of the more unusual Grand Prix circuits. Dutch driver Max Verstappen won with a dominant lead here in 2021, driving the home fans to a frenzy as he did.
On the North Sea coast of the Netherlands, Zandvoort is named for the dunes that split the circuit from the water. Coastal winds sweep across this tricky track, which has a banked section steeper than most ovals. The time has almost come for our drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel. Race day has arrived. Zhou Guanyu put it all together today for an excellent drive.
I tell you what, they had to work hard for those points today. What a phenomenal achievement that is.
The team has been waiting patiently there, and you can see just how much it means to each and every one of them. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And that then marks the end of events here at Zandvoort.
And that's it for this season of Formula One. The teams will be working hard in the break, gearing up for another year of thrilling F1 action.
So that's the party over, season over, and it's Sainz, Iwasa, Verstappen, the podium, and we get P20 and P22 with a DNF. That is not great. Only one car gets target. I think that's 2 out of the last 3 races now. Only one car's got target. We don't get any points in the pit stop championship, but neither do Alpine or Haas, so that's alright. And yeah, that is the end of the season. If you did enjoy, be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time for some more F1 Manager. We get 6.9 million and our board confidence is low. Will we get sacked? Find out in the next video. Goodbye for now.